we're here with Boxing Beats and Rhymes and Bertmarx.
Hatman, what's good, man? What's good, bro?
It's all good, man. It's all good.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
happening?
Yeah. We're just here, man.
Chill.
We're just here, chilling.
Yo, we had Hank Lundy. We waiting for Hank Lundy. Hank Lundy.
See.
Yeah. He's supposed to be coming on. I got his number and that, man. I've been calling him, but I think he's still at training, so I'm just waiting for that interview to happen. So how things with you, bro?
All good, man. All good. You know, just enjoyed the fights on the weekend and that. You know.
All right.
Yeah.
Brother Hatman.
Yeah. What's up?
Now, what you really think about Berto?
I think Andre Berto's finished. That's what I think. I think he's damaged. Yeah, the guy's been in a lot of tough fights. He's taken a lot of beatings, a lot of punishment. I think he's done. You know what I mean? Because what I saw in there against Guerrero, I don't really think Guerrero was that good. Yeah,
Me neither.
and I mean, if you look at Victor Ortiz's performance against Guerrero compared to Victor Ortiz's performance against Berto compared to Guerrero's performance, I mean, you might even say that Victor Ortiz did slightly better. I mean, even though he got knocked down a couple times, I think he probably got hit with less punches from Berto than Guerrero did.
Yeah,
Victor Ortiz didn't get hit with all them uppercuts on the inside and all that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, so I don't think Guerrero's performance was that good. I just think Berto's damaged.
Yeah.
He's finished. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean, he came out. He came out in the first round, and he was trying to do the whole, you know, Mayweather slash, you know,
the shell.
What's
Philly
a
shell?
Broner, yeah,
Philly shell.
Philly shell.
Well,
Yeah,
Berto
it
invented
weren't
a new
working.
shell, the egg shell. You got
It weren't
cracks.
working. You can't pick up that defense in a couple months and have it work for you. That's going to take years to perfect that style. You understand? So to me, he was a guy coming in there that he seemed confused. He didn't know what his identity was in the ring.
That's right.
You understand? He just seemed confused. He knew in his head that in previous fights he's been getting hit too much. He's been getting hurt. You know what I mean? So he thought, right, I got to do something different and change it up, or else I could get hurt again. You know what I mean? But it didn't work. So now I think he's finished. I mean, I don't know how much money he's made out of boxing. He's got enough to retire on right now. He probably ain't. You know what I mean? Boxing is a shady business.
I think he's got to go back to his old style, man. Like I think you pointed out, he used to use more of an ambush style.
Yeah. But that's the only way. I mean, now go on.
No. I think that's what he's got to go. He's got to go back to that. Maybe he's finished. I don't think Guerrero's as bad as everyone's saying. You know what I mean?
What?
I think the fact
better?
that
I don't see.
he was able
I
to
could
adapt
be
to a
wrong. I
slugger
just
like
don't
that.
see him being that great.
Well, he did change his style quite considerably. I mean, he took some really good shots.
Yeah, he took some good shots. He showed a good chin in there. He showed a good chin still.
Yeah.
He showed a good chin. I was impressed by his chin more than anything else, to be honest with you. And his physical strength. I mean, I didn't think he'd be that strong, 147 pounds, you know, against a big guy. Berto was a big, strong brother. So I was surprised that he was able to bully Berto in there the way that he did. You know, I was surprised by that. Okay. But, you know, his defense, I mean, Guerrero's defense was wide open. He was getting hit so much on the inside, it wasn't even funny. So, you know, they're talking about him going in there against Mayweather. I mean, that's not even a fight as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? I mean, Floyd probably won't stop him, but, man, he's picking him apart. It's not even going to be competitive. I mean, from that performance anyway, I can't see it being competitive.
All right, so pick the bones out of the Hatton fight. Was you shocked?
The Hatton thing, no, I mean, I didn't really know what to expect because, you know, the man's been off for, 3.5 years or whatever. So you never know what a guy's going to be like coming back off a long layoff like that. Yeah. But I don't know, I thought that it was ambitious, you know what I mean, to say the least, to pick a world-class opponent. I know that Shevchenko ain't the best, but he's been fighting, you know what I mean, and he's been fighting at world level. So to come back 3.5 years to fight a man like that's bigger than you, you get what I'm saying, taller, giving away height and reach. I thought he was ambitious doing that in the first place. So the way I didn't know what to expect, but the way that it turned out, I thought Hatton looked all right in the first few rounds. You know what I mean? He still had that like rhythm and everything. You get me? He was getting caught, but against a big tall guy like that with a long reach, I think even in his prime he would get caught like that. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? Because Hatton never had a good defense anyway. So, you know, I mean, you look in a lot of his fights. I mean, even European level against, what was the guy called? Eamon McGee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Eamon McGee, yeah, Eamon McGee, yeah. He got dropped like in the first or second round, you know what I mean? Like, he was always getting caught, even in his prime. So, you know what I mean? I just thought it was a bad choice of opponent. Yeah. Maybe if he chose a different opponent, an easier damn it, because they were apparently going to go with Michael Katsidis, I mean, that was one of the people that was thinking of putting him in with instead of Shevchenko. I think that would have been a better fight for him. You get me?
Yeah, it would. I said that as well. You know what I mean? But then I don't know, like it would have prolonged the inevitable. But he knew he was gonna get flattened anyway. You know? Yeah. I already worked there already.
Who did you have up winning?
What, in the Hatton and Shevchenko?
Yeah, who was ahead of
I weren't really scoring it properly. Yeah, I was just keeping a general, like, in my mind, generally who I thought was ahead. I think I probably would have had Shevchenko ahead by a point at the end. You know, I mean, I know the commentators was biased to Hatton and all that business, but even from the first round, Shevchenko was landing clean punches. You get me? I know Hatton was making it look like he was dominating because he was coming forward and he was trying to muscle him and all that business. But if you really watched close, Shevchenko was landing a lot of clean punches in there. You know what I mean? So I didn't score it properly, but I would have had Shevchenko probably up maybe around by the time it was stopped.
Yeah, I had him moving away. So I know Hatton announced his retirement, but if he reversed his decision, would you advise him to do that?
He should stay retired, man. He should stay retired because what's he coming back for? Who's he gonna beat? For me, like I look at any of that. I mean, he might be Andre Berto. I mean, based on Andre Berto's last performance. Yeah. But I mean, any of the top guys, I can't see him beating any of the top guys, man. Devon Alexander. When you look at what Devon Alexander done to Marcus Maidana, who's a bigger puncher than Hatton. You know what I mean? Yeah. Physically bigger than Hatton, stronger, bigger puncher. He beat the shit out of Maidana. Yeah. You know what I mean? So he's not as far as I'm concerned, he's not gonna beat Alexander. You know what I mean? Yeah. So the Malignaggi fights, I don't know. I mean, he might have been able to beat Malignaggi or at least be competitive. I don't know. Malignaggi can't punch, so that's more of a safe fight. But other than Malignaggi, I don't see nowhere for him to go.
Ricky Hatton and Eric Morales in Mexico.
Yes, for real. That might be a fight.
Over to Errol.
Who do you think is going to win that Kingpin and Tyson Fury?
I would say Fury is probably going to win a fight. You know what I mean? I think Kingpin is he's got a good defense, but offensively he's never impressed me. I mean, and against a guy as tall as Fury, 6'9", I think there's a chance for Kingpin to win by knockout. Yeah, if Fury gets something in there, right? Because Fury is a hot-headed kid. Yeah. And if he goes in there trying to impress and get a knockout, because obviously he's comparing himself to Vitaly Klitschko, he wants to go in there and try and do better against, Kingpin and Vitaly Klitschko. So maybe he thinks he wants to get the stoppage. If he tries to get the stoppage, he might be cool. You know what I mean? And knocked out. That's possible. But if he keeps it sensible, keeps the fight long, just boxes his fight, I think he'll probably win on points. I mean, I don't think Johnson is good enough offensively.
Okay.
Hatman, when you make predictions, do you watch them train or you just seeing them from the past or like? I'm just saying how when you make predictions.
I look at everything. I mean, I look at most of the predictions that I do is fighters I've watched a lot anyway. You know what I mean? So I know about their fights and everything like that. But yeah, sometimes I do look at the training. You know what I mean? Sometimes I even look at the weigh-in because I mean, like when Chisora fought Tyson Fury. Yeah, I was thinking all up to the weigh-in, I was thinking that Chisora was going to win. But when I saw what weight came in, I was like, you know what I mean? I think Fury's probably going to win because Fury came in the best shape of his life and Chisora came in the worst shape of his life. You get me? So, you know I mean, little things here and there. You know what I mean? Just pick up, certain things in training. With some fighters, obviously, they're mentally strong. You understand? So you don't really have to watch them psychologically as much as other fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like the weigh-in can tell a lot. Like when Audley Harrison fought David Hayler, Audley looked like he lost it. You know what I mean? At the weigh-in. You know what I'm saying? Like he looked like he bottled it already. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I look. Depends on the fight. Depends on the fighters. But I look at everything. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So how long does it normally take you to weigh up a fight? Are some longer than others?
Yeah, so definitely longer than others. Okay. It depends how.
What's been the hardest one to weigh up?
The fight is.
Name some few. What's been the hardest? Name some of the fights. What have been the hardest to weigh up?
Hardest fights to weigh up. Yeah. Actually, all season Berto, the first that was difficult to weigh up. Okay. I mean, I couldn't make my mind up who was going to win that fight. You know what I mean? And obviously, you saw why when the fight took place. You get me? Because they was both on the floor. Yeah. So that was still. You know what I mean? That was a difficult fight to weigh up. And even obviously, it seems like an easy fight to weigh up now, but at the time, against Klitschko, you get me? That took a while for me to think, right, who's going to win that fight and how's he going to go? Because you've got two guys in there that can punch. two guys in there that don't have the best chin. You know what I mean? Two guys that can fight defensively. So I was thinking, raw, how could I go? You know what I mean? In the end, I picked Klitschko on points. But yeah, I mean, that took me a long time to even think. So how's that fight going to play out?
Hatman.
Yo.
Your opinion, what's your favorite fight so far this year?
My favorite fight, my memory is terrible. My memory is the worst memory, man. I can't even remember a lot of the fights that happened this year, but I don't even know. When someone asked me this question a couple of days ago on YouTube, I was thinking Ortiz battle, but that was last year, innit?
Yeah.
So I don't even know. Remind me some of the fights that happened this year, because I can't remember.
Alvarado and
Alvarado
Brandon.
against. That was a good fight. Yeah, that was a good fight.
Hay versus Shizora, that wasn't bad.
Hey, Shizora was a decent fight.
Yeah, that was a decent
But
fight.
they ain't really been any epic fights this year, though, innit? They ain't really, this year ain't been the best year for great fights, though.
No, that hasn't
So
been.
no, Garcia versus Khan, that was this year, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't really much of a fight.
Yeah, that was a beatdown, wasn't it?
That was a beatdown.
That was a beatdown.
What do you lot think about Khan? What do you think about him and Virgil Hunter? And
I think it's going to make a difference.
Career now?
You know why I think it's going to be? Because this time he hasn't started shouting his mouth off, "Oh, I'm going to fight Floyd," and this. He said it himself. This time I'm focusing on Molina, and that's what he's got to do every opponent. Stop getting ahead of yourself. I mean, if you haven't even got in the pound for pound rankings, you've got no right to be talking like that yet. Like, you can understand someone like Pacquiao or Floyd or Martinez or I don't know, a Ward having that kind of confidence. But Khan hasn't even really established he's the best fighter in Europe, in England yet. And and he gets ideas over it. I think now he's buckling down, and he realizes now the chin is restricting him to fight a more defensive. But we'll see. But this guy Molina is not gonna pose us the questions, I don't think.
I think so. I think he's done. I think he's done, bro. He's gonna get knocked down his next fight.
You think so?
Khan's finished. Yeah.
What, Molina?
Finished.
The guy can't punch Errol. Molina.
Nah, but he'll knock him out. You see, Khan, the thing about Khan, the training's not gonna change him. When the moment they hit him, he's just gonna revert back to what he knows. And maybe I'm going too far saying Molina's gonna beat him, but it's not outrageous that Molina could beat him. Or because I didn't think Danny Garcia was gonna beat him. So what I'm saying is that I think he's seen better days. Know what I mean? I don't think his punches is done. Everyone knows how to beat him. His stars worn out. You know what I'm saying? His amateur stars worn out. He can't really make him move his head. Virgil Hunter, even with Andre Ward, he doesn't move his head. He's more with his hands and defense. You can't get that after a couple of months. So I don't think he's just gonna get founded out. So that's my seeing him.
It could be, but it's all to do with his mentality, you know what I mean, with where his mind is at. Some fighters can get over things like that, other fighters can't. So I don't know, like me, it's like because the thing is, like when he got knocked out by Prescott, he told himself that he was weight drained. That's what he told himself. He told himself mentally that's how he got over that defeat. He said, "Okay, I was weight drained. Yeah. I'm not really a lightweight. I'm supposed to be a welterweight." So he moved up in weight. You know what I mean? And for a while, it seemed like he was taking punches. Okay. Yeah, and then obviously the Danny Garcia thing happened. What's he going to tell himself? I can't tell himself he was weight drained, or is he going to do that again? You know what I mean? Obviously, not, because he's staying at 140 right now. So what's he going to tell himself psychologically to get over that defeat? You know what I mean? That's what I'm wondering. If he can get over it, and he can take the same kind of punches they took against Maidana and all that kind of thing. Because obviously, seeing Danny Garcia knock out Morales, who everyone said has a good chin, it don't make the Khan knockout look so bad after that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I don't know if he can manage to get over the punch resistance thing psychologically, you might be able to do something. I don't know. But the main thing is with Khan is that his mentality, like you were saying, his mentality is just all wrong. You know what I mean? He gets ideas and gets way ahead of himself and thinks he did that and the other before he's really putting the work. You know what I mean? So
he walks around with a chip on his shoulder. Exactly. That's why I don't think he'll get over it. He ain't got over the Peterson thing. Danny Garcia didn't want to fight him again. He got caught up. It's easy. His own mental state is easy. It's easy to get into him. He's lost his trainer now. He's not over the Pacquiao thing. He's got a lot of things to get over. You know what I mean? But you can see his better days have gone.
I think next year is going to be the acid test. Next year, I don't see him having much problems with this Molina guy. I don't see that.
I do, mate. I do. I see him having problems. He should have jumped straight in there against the Kell Brook and then seen his career off, mate. He's done too much, too young. You know what I mean? He reminds me of Fernando Vargas. You know what I mean? Just go in there and then you got found out by Trinidad, and now everyone's going to start whipping on you. You know, even if I'm on his office, I must start swinging for the fences against him. It's not much I need to do to him. You know what I mean? Talk shit in the build-up. I'm going to take your head off. Right? And then you can't be in there with him. You know what I mean? And he'll start revert back to what he knows. He should have something. He went to Kell Brook's head good, and I'll tell you that, mate.
I know you're not a big you're not convinced on Kell Brook yet.
Kell Brook. You know what? It's funny. It's like before the Carson Jones fight, I was proper skeptical. You know what I mean? Like I really didn't see what people was talking about. But the funny thing is, even though he nearly lost that fight, I was impressed. For the first time, I was impressed with Kell Brook. In the early part of that fight, I thought he looked good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I thought he looked more composed and sharp than I've ever seen him before. But obviously then, after what happened in the second half of the fight, it was shaky again. So, I don't know. I got mixed feelings right now about Kell Brook. It's not like I've, you know, I mean, I'll be like with Derek Chisora. The first time I saw Derek Chisora fight was like his 4th or 5th professional fight. I thought, wow, this guy's garbage. Like, how the hell can people be talking about this guy as anything in boxing? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy, I'm surprised if he can even win the British title, give me the way he's fighting. But obviously, he went on and proved himself. Apparently, he wasn't training properly when he first turned professional, wasn't doing his road work and all that business. So, you get me? But he obviously improved it. When I saw him fight Sam Sexton, I thought, okay, I see what people are talking about now. He has a little something in there, you know what I mean? Okay. So it's the same kind of thing with Kell Brook. Like, first I wasn't really seeing what people were saying, you get me? But in the Jones fight, I saw certain talent that he has in there, you get what I'm saying, for the first time what people were talking about. So, I don't know, I think him against Alexander is a good fight. You know what I mean? I can see it as a winnable fight for Kell Brook. You know what I'm saying? The only thing with Kell Brook, to me, is that obviously the fight's going to be probably in St. Louis, right?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's what
they haven't decided yet.
Oh, okay.
Now, they might go to Vegas. They might move to Vegas to make it neutral ground.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure about Kell Brook's like mindset. The first time he boxed in the States was the fight before last. The fight before he fought Carson Jones. He fought in the States. To me, he seemed very nervous. You get me? Very nervous against an opponent that wasn't anything special. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I wonder, like, mentally how he'll hold up, you know, fighting in the other guy's backyard.
Yeah.
You know, the big stage, really the big stage for the first time. I wonder how he'll hold up mentally. Because skills-wise, you know, Devin Alexander's not the greatest fighter.
Yeah.
He's physically talented. He's got a lot of speed and movement and he's experienced and he's a tough guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think Brook has got talent to beat him, right? The one thing which the Telnik fight showed me about Alexander is that Alexander find it difficult to deal with a jab. If you got the good basics, yeah, a solid defense and a strong jab, and you walk Alexander down, he find it difficult to deal with that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I'm a Kell Brook skeptic.
So I think Brook has got a good jab. That's one thing I'll say about him. He's got a nice jab.
Yeah,
he's got a very nice jab.
I'm a skeptic though. I'm a skeptic on Kell Brook.
Yeah, no, I'm a bit skeptical as well. Yeah, but I was slightly more convinced. You know, after strangely enough, ironically, I was slightly more convinced after the Carson Jones fight. You get me? Because the early rounds, he was looking good in there. You know what I mean? He was putting his hands together, and I was thinking, raw, like, I'm surprised Jones made it to the 6th or 7th round when he eventually started to throw punches back. Yeah, because Brook was putting some serious work on him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I got Kell Brook losing that fight. Kell Brook hits hard on him, and he's been well for a long time. But I just see it like he's Devin Alexander is much more confident. He's fought at a higher level. Even though he's moving up weight, he's still set. He's very tricky to handle. And Carson Jones, who's not really touted as anyone special, gave him so much troubles. Yeah, he's cut out. He's actually refined. He's actually rebuilt his body like Carson Jones, but that body ain't going to help you with the speed set of someone like Thing. And Kell Brook has the power going into that fight. But you bear in mind, that Kell Brook doesn't take punches too well in his face. The moment he starts getting hit in his face cuts up. So I reckon the fight could be stopped on cuts. I got Devil Alexander winning the fights, either on points, clearly on points, or he stops Kell Brook by cuts. But if the fight would swing, it would be by a knockout by Kell Brook. That's his power in the fight. That's where I see it going on.
Yeah. That's definitely a fight where I want to see how Brook looks when he gets to the States. Understand? I want to see how his demeanor is, and mentally what place he's in. You know what I mean? Because he's going to need to fight the best fight of his life, and not be nervous or anything like that. He's going to have to fight the best fight of his life. You know what I'm saying? Because being in the next man's backyard, I mean, he's going to have to dominate the fight to win on points. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially if it is in St. Louis. I mean, if it's in Vegas, it might be a bit better, but same way, he's not American, so I'm saying you can't expect to get any favors if it's a close fight. You get what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to really dominate. So to me, that would push me more towards picking Devon Alexander. But like I said, I want to see where Brook's mind is at. You know what I mean? Like closer to the fight, especially when he gets to the States, see where he's at. Because some fighters, you know, they just don't travel well. You know what I mean? Other fighters do. Yeah. So and Brook didn't look too confident when he was out in the States. He even said like, I can't remember which undercard it was on, but he went out like 2 or 3 fights ago to the States. He fought some Latino guy. I can't even remember the guy's name. He wasn't nothing special, but he even admitted after the fight that he was nervous. He was very nervous. You know what I'm saying? And Eddie Hearn said after the fight, this is why we didn't put him in with a decent opponent for his American debut, because you know what I'm saying? Like he was so nervous, and I'm thinking, why is he nervous for? Like he's not fighting anyone special. Why is he nervous? What's his name? Cleverly went out to the States, innit? He made his American debut. Against that what's his name? Hulk guy. Hulk. He wasn't nervous.
No, Nathan wasn't.
You know what I'm saying? He was fine.
I don't think Nathan's actually got no fear. I don't think Nathan actually has no fear of fighting anybody. I think Nathan actually likes fighting. I'm just not sure how talented he is. That's all. But I think I think he can give most people a hard battle. To be honest, I'm not sure if he could. I think he could beat Cloud. I'm not sure if he could beat Dawson. What's your thoughts on Cleverly, both of you guys? I don't know.
Cleverly, right now I got Cleverly. If they fought right now, I got Cleverly winning. Cleverly versus Dawson?
Yeah.
Nah. Cleverly. I got Bellew. Bellew's got a better shot than against Dawson than. Bellew's got a better shot against Dawson than Cleverly. And Cleverly's not gonna fight him. Cleverly, it's a shame Cleverly hooked up with Frank Warren with that WBO belt fighting fringe people. It's like he's the champion. He has to go to people's backyard and try. It's like he's looking for a fight. It's a shame. Yeah, he's decently talented, but he's just hooked up with the wrong promoter. And to be honest, he's not getting tested. He wants to be tested, but Frank Warren says all Frank Warren says eating off him and making him fight. What do you call it? Tomatoes. It's a shame. Yeah, but Bellew right now is more seasoned. Now he got that big cut over his face. If he fought Chad Dawson, I have him a favourite. Just because of what Chad Dawson's been through and he quit and stuff like that. But I have to see Chad Dawson in training. But I'd have slightly Bellew a favourite. But with Cleverly so overconfident in his skills, but that he's so good. He's due for a knockout. He's due for a chin check. That's you know what I mean. But Bellew's more seasoned right now. But if I'm rather Bellew believes in his power too much. He thinks he's a knockout artist, and he's not. You know, I actually believe he's weight drained as well for the light heavyweight. He's weight drained. You know what I mean? But he's done a really good job of the scene of the rest of that fight and getting the decision. He fought better with the cut than he did without the cut.
yeah. Now I think clearly, like he was saying, Frank was milking him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Frank was milking him. You know, he realizes that is. You know, it's easy money for him right now. You know what I mean? He can fill out little stadiums or whatever in Wales or wherever the hell he's fighting. You know what I'm saying? And it's guaranteed money because he's putting it in there with people that he knows Cleverly's gonna beat. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he's just stretching out the dough right now. You know what I mean? That's what's good. Yeah, stretching it out.
Yeah, Fish Ice is on that, bruv.
He's definitely on it. And he knows what he's doing in there. He knows that, you know, he probably himself knows that Cleverly ain't that good. You know what I'm saying? So he's trying to just milk it for what he can right now. I don't know, Cleverly, he seems like, you know, he's willing to fight people. Yeah. I don't think he's that good, and the lack of quality competition is definitely gonna, work against him. It's definitely gonna work against him. You know what I mean? Because like you see with Lucian Brute, you know what I'm saying? Like you keep on fighting B-level fighters, and once you step up to A-level, you get found out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's definitely gonna hurt him. But I don't know. The one thing about Cleverly so far in his career that's actually impressed me, other than his work rate, is his chin. You know what I'm saying? Because I was really thinking that he might get knocked out by Bellew. You get me? Because Bellew, I knew would definitely hit him. But I was surprised that, I know Bellew's not a massive puncher in the pros. He had a big reputation as a puncher in the amateurs. Yeah, he knocked a lot of people out in the amateurs. But in the pros, he ain't really been knocking people out like that. But I thought he'd have enough power to test Cleverly's chin. You get me? But he didn't bother Cleverly in the slightest. You get me?
Yeah, Cleverly.
Even in his last fight, I know the guy wasn't the best guy, but he caught Cleverly clean a few times, and Cleverly weren't bothered. You get me? He didn't even blink when he got hit. So I've been impressed by his chin. You get me? And the way he fights, you can have to have a good chin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I wasn't sure actually who won that fight. I wasn't sure if Nathan. I wasn't really sure if Nathan won that fight.
Yeah, I got Nathan won that fight clearly, bro. 2 rounds.
Okay.
Against Bellew.
Yeah, I didn't think he winning that fight.
No. That was one of them fights. It's definitely open to interpretation.
Yeah, it was.
The Bellew fight. A lot of people had Bellew winning. I didn't even score the fight, but I could see how people thought Bellew won the fight. You know what I mean? I could see how people thought he won it. Cleverly, I think, was more active.
Yes.
He was more punches, but Bellew was landing the clean shots. You know what I mean? So
that's why
it was one of them ones.
Yeah, that's why I went for the volume shots and landing more shots. That's what I went for. But it's one of them things there. So what's that guy? He beat Randall Monroe. What's he, Quigg? He beat Randall Monroe.
Oh, Scott Quigg.
Yeah. So there's no one true for Rigondeaux. How do you think that's gonna go?
I didn't even see the fight. I still ain't even seen them fight.
Body shots. Body shots caved in.
Yeah, he was fighting like a Mexican because he's been sparring in Freddie Roach's gym, and he was over there, and he was a completely different fighter. He blatantly outclassed Brendan Monroe, blatantly outclassed him to the body, but he won't be doing that against Rigondeaux. Rigondeaux go to work on him, but we see how that.
He's actually fighting Rigondeaux.
Yeah, he's got interim WBA belt.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, but you see the thing is, I like Carl Frampton. You see, Carl Frampton. Now maybe Randall Monroe has to fight Carl Frampton or
Carl Frampton. Yeah.
I like Carl Frampton, man. I think Carl Frampton's. He looks right, but that division's stacked. That division's stacked. That division. I mean, you got Abner Morris, the cheating on Morris, and you got what's his name? Yeah. There you fire, brother. You got what else you got there? You got Rigondeaux, and then obviously you got the Donner. You know what I'm saying? So that division's stacked. You know what I mean? There's them 3 up in there. So it'd be interesting to see what happens and how that plays out. But
definitely. I think Rigondeaux as well. Like his last fight, it didn't look that great. You know what I mean? Like the thing is, in amateurs he had like 300 or 400 fights or whatever. And I don't care what no one says. Like you can't have that many amateur fights, and he's already in his 30s. You can't have that many amateur fights, 3-round fights, and it not have a negative effect on you as a professional. Like he's only had 11 fights as a professional. Yeah, and he's already fighting 12 rounders and that. Yeah. I don't know, man. Like in the second half of fights, especially, I think he could get found out. You know what I'm saying? Because you only need to learn a certain amount in amateurs. You know what I'm saying? There's things in the professionals you have to learn in a 12-round fight. You know what I mean? So I'm not convinced by Rigondeaux yet. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like 10, 11 fights in as a professional and all them years as an amateur. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think early in fights he looks good. You know what I'm saying? He's very sharp. Obviously, he's very accurate. You know what I mean? That left hand is a beautiful shot. But as fights go on, he's starting to look vulnerable. In his last fight, he got hurt a few times. You get me? So I don't know, man. I don't know.
The point was quite. I looked at like Rigondeaux interest. Rigondeaux's been fighting even in the amateurs at a high level, and now he's trying to get. He wanted to get some guy. He didn't really care about this guy. He didn't like he was interested. But when he stepped on near the second after the fight and stopped him, but he did big fights because, like you said, age and there's no desire. And the thing about a lot of fighters when they're up top, or even when they got a belt, they've accomplished a goal. They need another goal, and it's like I can't be in there. There's anyone, so he needs the big fights, and then the big fights there, whether they be able to make because Bob Arum and Golden Boy I don't know. And I think he signed up with 50 Cent. So I don't know what's going on. But he needs a big fight. He can't be fighting as anyone. So but he didn't look like.
What about the Donaire fight for a big fight?
Yeah, that's what he needs. He needs that fight, and then you'll see the best in Rigondeaux. But Rigondeaux, you got to bear in mind, Rigondeaux, like Hatman just said, he ain't gonna stay in the game that long. He's 30-something years old. He wants a big couple of fights, big names, and then retire. I guarantee he ain't gonna stay in it too long. There's no point. Yeah. I mean, beat big name. You've got a belt, and you solidify your career beating someone like Donaire. There's nothing else. You ain't got nothing else to prove. Well, I mean, you're 30 years old. You know what I mean? You don't want to stay in the game too long where you're slurring and you can't speak. So you might as well get out of the game, especially in them lower weights. They get older overnight.
Yeah, they do. They do.
So you know what I mean? So that's why, man, in that fight, to me, he just looked disinterested.
All right.
I don't know. We'll see. But to me, I think that there's definitely a case to be made that a lot of guys stay amateur too long. That's what I'm saying. A lot of guys stay amateur too long. They pick up bad habits and they get used to being able to do certain things as amateurs.
True that.
You get me? And then in the pros, you can get found out. You get me?
Yeah.
You trying to use them same type of tactics.
Prime example.
I don't know, man. I know. I think
Mark Breland.
Yeah. There's one. Even the next one, more recently in the heavyweights was what's his name? Who's that guy?
Solis?
Man. No. He knocked out Michael Grant. Dominic.
Okay.
Dominic in the amateurs he had like more than 400 amateur fights or something like that. You get me? I remember Manny Stewart was big on him when he first turned professional because Manny likes them. You get me? Manny liked them kind of guys that were schooled and lots of long amateur career and one of the things. He was one of them guys, but to me he looked shot before he even lost the fight. You get me? He just had the look of a shot fighter, like taking too many punches. You get me? Been in too many wars before he'd even lost a fight. You get me? To me, he had way too many amateur fights. He was just, you know what I mean? It was too much. So, I mean, Rigondeaux don't look shot or anything like that. You get me? You don't have that same beaten up look, but I don't know. I just think the habits that he's been getting into, fighting that many amateur fights, 300 or 400 amateur fights. I don't know. I don't think it's that easy to get it out of the system in 10 or 11 pro fights. You know what I'm saying?
So I think if somebody puts a hard pace on it.
What?
I think if somebody puts a really hard pace on Rigondeaux, I'm not sure how he's going to deal with it.
I think it'll be fine, man. I think it'll be fine. And slick. He's slick with it. I think he'll deal with it quite well. We got English fight coming up here. We got So did we talk about the guy fight? What's his name? The guy fighting the English guy on the December the 8th. What's his name?
Oh,
He's
Purdy.
fighting the English guy.
Lee Purdy.
Yeah. How do you see that fight going?
Who's that now? Carson Jones against
Lee Purdy.
Oh, Lee Purdy. Oh yeah. Now I think Carson Jones is gonna eat him, man. I think Carson Jones will eat him up.
I got Purdy knocking him up, bro.
You think so?
Yeah.
No, I think Carson Jones.
You know they're fighting at a higher weight, right?
A light middle.
What are they fighting at? 154.
Yeah.
No, I think Carson Jones too big. I think what is he Purdy like 5'7" or something like that, 5'6", 5'7".
He looks strong.
Carson Jones like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah, but they're doing it on purpose to favour Purdy, man. Purdy, they're doing it on purpose. I think he's getting knocked out, bro. He's got sparring mentality. Carson
Jones.
Yeah, he hasn't got winning mentality,
I think
bro.
He's coming out of that slightly though.
No, I don't think so, bro.
Well, I think he realizes he started too late against Brook.
Look, he's desperate for money, bro. The reason why he took that fight is because he needs the money in his life. But he's got sparring mentality. I think he's going to probably knock him out, wear him down, and knock him out. I mean, that's what they're guaranteeing. That's what they made the fight higher. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously it's a winnable fight for Purdy. So they put him in there for a big rugged Purdy to knock him out. But I see that fight. That's what I see. I see him knocking him out. That's why they brought him up.
I've got Jones winning that.
I got Jones enough. I got Jones. I mean, I just think Jones will be too big and strong. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's something like, you get me, like the way you say bringing him over to knock him out. Yeah. There's some funny business going on. Like, no, I think Jones will be too big and strong for him. You know what I mean?
But
I mean,
you go on. Sorry.
I mean, even in the Brook fight, Brook is a big, strong, like, weight himself. You know what I'm saying? But Carson Jones was bullying him in there. You know what I mean? For the physical strength, even in the early rounds. It's not like Kell Brook don't like to fight on the back foot. You watch his fights, he likes to fight on the front foot. He likes to be the one bullying the other guy. Yeah. You get me? But it was Carson Jones. Even when Carson Jones was on the beating in the early rounds, he was still pushing Kell Brook back. Yeah. Like his physical strength is a lot. You know what I'm saying? And he's a big welterweight. So
Yeah,
now this fight is a little way. I think he'll probably suit Carson Jones.
Nah, but you see again, he doesn't hit hard enough. He doesn't hit hard enough. His punches are more like they wear you down. And I don't think he's the thing about he'll be throwing real powerful shots on him. You know what I mean? I mean, why is he coming up of his weight division? Why are they making him come up? They're making him come up to suit Purdy. To make Purdy. I mean, it's all opinion based, so we don't know until we find out. But
it's quite an interesting fight. It's quite an interesting fight.
It seems like to me it's favoring a Purdy and a Purdy knockout, impressively knockout, because you're trying to sell Purdy in that way. But on the undercard, who else we got in that fight? We've got Eric the Eagle Hochan. He hasn't got an opponent yet. And also let's talk about the topic with Ashley Firafane. How they when Ricky Hatton lost the fight, they pulled Ashley Firafane.
That would have been. Yeah, you're saying for Ricky Hatton opponent, Ashley Firafane, that would have been
no. Ashley Firafane was supposed to fight on the Ricky Hatton card, and because when Ricky Hatton lost, they pulled the whole card. Ashley Firafane was supposed to fight after Ricky Hatton. I don't know why that was, and he had an opponent, and they cancelled the whole thing. He didn't even get a chance to fight. I'm just saying, what do you think? Some people, I was talking to Apollo about, he think they should do some legal matters, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think he's just going to have to eat it.
Yeah, you're probably going to have to eat it, man. You know what I mean? Boxing is a fucked up, corrupt business, you know what I mean? People get fucked over and messed around all the time. It's common. You know what I'm saying? So, man, them people, them promoters and that, they cover their backs and make sure you can't get them more time. So,
yeah, for real.
I mean, I don't know about that, man.
Yeah,
but I think it would have been a good that would have been a good opponent for
Hatton.
For Ricky Hatton to come back.
He would have lost. He would have lost, man. Ricky looked terrible in that first round. He looked so bad, boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he looked well, he didn't look great. He was getting hit, but he always got hit.
He always got hit.
No.
I don't think people are saying that he looked. His timing was off and all this. I don't think it was. I think that in the first few rounds, that was, I mean, not prime Hatton, but I don't think he was far off in the first few rounds. You know what I'm saying? Because you go back and look at Hatton's old fights, he always was getting caught like that early in fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But against Shinchenko, obviously he's fighting a guy that's much taller than he's used to fighting.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the guys he's used to fighting were like 5'7", 5'8". You know what I'm saying? Shinchenko's all like 5'10", big long reach, and you got to adjust your balance fighting someone that tall. You know what I'm saying? To get your punches off, it's more difficult, especially when you're not used to fighting someone that tall. You got to adjust your balance just to get your punches in. You know what I mean? So I think that didn't help him. That's one of the reasons he was missing and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just think that
Shinchenko did his homework, man. He realized that if he could get Hatton into the late rounds, that the yo-yo dieting and he was vulnerable. Yeah.
And Shinchenko got his timing. You know what I mean? In the later rounds, for the mid rounds, he started to get his timing. He started timing Hatton's rushes and that. So
yeah. I think once it got to the 7th round, you could see that. I'm not saying that I was predicting what was going to happen, but Hatton looked vulnerable, man.
Definitely.
Very vulnerable.
Hatton looked terrible, man. He looked terrible.
I don't know, but
I've never seen that. I've never seen that worse. First off, his shorts were shorter than they normally were, right? And he looked like he just came out of the pub. He was terrible. No head movement. It was terrible. You got to understand, I've been watching Hatton's career from time. He looked advanced there when he was with Floyd Mayweather Sr. And all it does to me is just validate Floyd Mayweather Sr. Floyd Mayweather Sr. trained me too much, this and that. Well, listen up. It worked with you against Paulie. And then why you want to fight Paulie after you just beat him anyway? Well, my point is that, see, Hatton, his whole thing is that it's a bit disrespectful. I was talking to Apollo about it as well. Saying Hatton's whole thing is a bit disrespectful, but the reason why he picked Shinchenko, in my opinion, you probably thought, he's gonna be there to be hit. Yeah, he was, but you never stopped no one at 147. Never stopped no one in your whole career. And the reason why you was getting hurt by Louis Colazo, rocked all over the place. Yeah. Remember, you got that belt. What'd you do? You jumped right back down to 140. That's what I'm saying. Like, he don't no part of it. So when they picked Shinchenko, he's gonna be there to be hit, and they picked him cool, and he get hit to the body. But when Hatton, type of guy that when he's like Mike Tyson in a way that when you're hitting someone, it doesn't hurt. They don't know what to do. They're not used to hitting someone and their punches have no effect. And they just got tired. Remind me of Jack Johnson and Jeff Willard, where he just got tired and worn out. Well, not exactly that, but he got worn out, and then and the younger guy who was more active just took him out. I mean, Shinchenko's nothing special, but he was more active. It's a big win, though. It's a big win for Shinchenko.
But that's what I'm saying, though. Like, the fact that he was fighting someone so big, yeah, I think made it look worse than it was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think the size of the opponent was as much of the problem, you get me, as ring rust or deterioration or anything like that. You get me? I think fighting a guy that big, he never looked good. Like you said, he never looked good at welterweight anyway.
No, he didn't.
You know what I mean? Never looked good at welterweight. He struggled with all them bigger guys. So, you know what I mean? I think it was a lot to do with the size of Shevchenko. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Me personally, I never rated Hatton that high anyway. You know what I mean? Like,
I know.
I mean, literally, I remember when Hatton was coming up, I was thinking, raw, like the first time they put this guy in with someone world class is going to get knocked out. You get me? Yeah. And I was surprised. I was shocked, you know, when he beat Costa. I was shocked.
Why?
I did.
Cheating in
look,
English ring and smothered them and they can't. When you try to do that stuff in Las Vegas, you can't do that stuff, bro.
Yeah, for real, you can't. But cheating or not, I was still surprised. You know what I'm saying? I thought that somewhere along the line, Costa had to land that right hand and knock him out. Yeah. You get me? I was shocked. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't give him room, bro. He didn't give him room, and he hitting him low. He Costa low in Australia. You know Australia? Have you heard Australia's commentary on that fight?
No, it's just some joke business.
Bruv, if you hear that commentary, bruv, they look like they're gonna kill someone out there, bruv. If Ricky ever went to Australia, they'd murder someone. You know that? I'm telling you, bloody bad Vanessa, man. You see what he's doing?
It was just his night, though. It was up on the night. It was just his night, though. So,
yeah, but boy, you know, he tried to do that stuff on Ricky. He tried to do that stuff on Floyd.
And that's one thing. That's one thing, you know, in boxing is the home advantage. You get me? It's such a big deal. It's like with the Klitschko's now. Like I know he ain't been doing it so much in his last couple of fights, Vladimir, but the holding that he does is fucking ridiculous. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like when I see him fight guys like Sam Peter, like that, the way I was leaning on this guy from the opening bell, like so often, and he's leaning his whole weight on him. You know what I mean? Like, come on now, how the fuck is he getting away with that for so many years? And I think that's why Vladimir don't fight in America no more. He don't even fight outside of Germany too tough. You get me? Because he knows that if he fights on a neutral ground or in the next man's backyard, he ain't gonna get away with all that holding and stuff like that. You get me?
Hey, Lewis used to do that as well, but I see Lewis do it on Mike Tyson.
Nah, he did, but Lewis used to get warned for it. You know what I mean? You see, Eddie Cotton took a point for him for doing that to Tyson. You get me?
Yeah, but true that he done it late in his career, so I give Lewis a pass. He only done it late in his career.
Lewis used to do it, and it's not a good thing that he done it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's good for anyone to do it, but with Lewis now, because he was fighting American opponents so often, he couldn't get away with it. You know what I mean? Like he didn't do it against Ray Mercer. They wouldn't let him do it. You know what I mean? He was fighting Madison Square Garden. You get me? Mercer's from New Jersey or something like that. They wouldn't let him do it. You know what I mean? So Lewis wasn't getting away with it. You know what I'm saying? But Vladimir fighting in his backyard every time, he can do what he wants. You know what I'm saying? Like
when he fought the little cruiserweight guy with Mormick. He was fighting him like he was fighting King Kong. The guy was so small. I mean, why are you holding on so much? He's like,
that's how dumb business.
But you know where he got that tactic from, though, isn't it? He got it from Manny. Yeah, exactly, man. He managed to do it. I see Hearns do it. I see all of them. They got it from Manny. So Manny's teaching them and stuff. So he didn't. If you know his Klitschko's fight before Manny came along, he never used to do that. No, he wouldn't do that. So we would complain that it's this Manny. But I mean, it's a fighting tactic. We don't like it, but I guess if you can sap their person's energy, right, then boy, you've got a good chance of just taking them out.
At the end of the day, you know, the trainers are there to make their fighters win. Yeah. No matter what, by any means necessary. You know what I mean? And that's what they teach their fighters. Like even like Customado, when he taught Tyson, he taught him all type of dirty tactics. He said, listen, you got to win which way you got to win. Like you got to intimidate them in the ring by using dirty tactics and all this type of thing. And that's the trainer's job. And obviously it's the referee's job. You know what I mean? To stamp all that out. You know what I'm saying? Because the trainers are going to do that. You know what I mean? That's what they're paid for. So
I'm gonna add Skylar. Skylar's around. I'm gonna add Skylar to the conversation. Yo, man. So I call Hank Lundy, yeah? Hatman, you ain't going nowhere?
No, I'm here, man.
Okay, I'm adding Skylar to the conversation. Like, okay. I mean,
So I was there was one time, right, Hatman, before Kell Brook and Carson Jones, I made a prediction on the fight. And I said that Kell Brook was going to blow him away. Yeah. And one guy, he got so animated when after, you said Kell Brook was going to blow him out. And he think, hold on, I made a prediction on the fight. All I could do is weigh up the strengths and say what I thought happened. Do you get that a lot? Because you make a lot of predictions, like people.
I get that a lot, man. You know what I mean? Pretty much all the time. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, people if you make a prediction against a certain fighter, you know, say he's going to lose or whatever. People take it as a personal attack. You know what I'm saying? Like somehow you must hate the guy because you're saying he's going to lose. But it's not that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying who I think is going to win. It's got nothing to do with who I want to win. You know what I'm saying? Like when I made when I predicted Pacquiao against Bradley. You get me? I was thinking, raw, like this is a fight Bradley could win, and this, that, and the other. And some guy came on there, you get me? And he was cussing. He was like, "Nah, you're just picking Bradley because he's black and all this business." I was like, "What the fuck he talk? What? I'm not here. Like, if I'm picking the fighter because he's black, yeah, and he loses, then I look like a dickhead. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So why the fuck would I pick someone based on that? Like, I'm picking who I think is gonna win. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. People get bare emotional. You know what I mean? But it's the celebrity culture that we live in. You get me? People get fucking caught up in celebrities, man. They're way too attached to these celebrities, and they literally, you say someone's gonna lose, and they take it as a fucking personal diss. You get me?
Yeah, it's true. It's very true.
It's common, man. You know what I mean? And all these dysfunctional people, they're all on YouTube. You get me?
Hey, Fight News wants to come back in the conversation. I'm bringing him back in.
No,
actually, where's he at? Where is he at?
What's up, bro?
Oh, there you are.
Yo.
What's good?
Hey, how y'all doing, man?
Yeah, man. We're just chopping it up with Hatman. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. What's up, Hatman?
It's all good, man. What's happening?
Oh, shit, man. I had to go, take care of the fam real quick, see how they doing.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah.
Is that the weekend after?
Oh, that's this weekend, right?
Yeah,
this weekend.
It's the first. Yep.
Yeah, who we got? I got Trout. I got Trout knocking him out.
You got Trout
Think
knocking him
Trout
out?
can do
Knocking
it?
him out, yeah?
Yeah, Trout not gonna knock him out.
Win.
Cotter's overrated. Cotter's done, man. Cotter's done a long time ago. Mayweather could have knocked him out in that fight, but Mayweather was being nice to him. Mayweather like Cotter, man, but I reckon Trout's gonna knock him out. Trout's going for the knockout. He said he was. So I got Trout knocking him out. I don't think Cotter could hold up, man. He struggled against Margarito, who's a big guy, and Trout is bigger than him.
But Margarito's a pressure fighter. Margarito's gonna put pressure on you.
Yeah,
Trout's
but Trout's more difficult, man, because he's a
he's more difficult. He's more difficult. But you see, Cotto's fought quite a lot of southpaws, innit? You know what I mean? Obviously, he fought Quintana. He fought he's fought a lot of southpaws. Obviously, Pacquiao beat him, but we know what gone there. But I don't know, man. I'm not sure that
different weights,
Trout,
bro.
I'm not sure that Trout has got the punch or the killer instinct to knock out Miguel Cotto. I don't know. He might be able to outbox him. But I don't know about stopping him.
What would be a good fight?
Go on.
Trout versus Bass.
You know something?
Hatman,
After watching Trout against Rodriguez.
That just sounded funny.
What's
After
that?
watching Trout against Rodriguez, I don't see him beating Cotter.
I see him knocking him out, bro. I see him he's heavier in the weight, man. It's the weight, man. It's the weight.
Let me tell you now.
Yo, Mark is joking.
Cotto would knock,
because my mind,
would
I'm
knock
starting
6
to trip.
bells out of Rodriguez. He would have Cotto would have knocked 6 bells out of Rodriguez, Delvin Rodriguez.
Well, we're gonna fight. Look, it's all opinion based, so that's why I see it.
I've got Cotto in that. Not by knockout. I think it would be. I think Trout will make a good account of himself.
Yeah.
But I think his inexperience at that level could hurt him. We'll see.
Yeah.
Yo,
Best name. Austin Catfish Trout.
You got Trout. You got Trout as well.
Well, me, I got. To be honest, man, I think I gotta see if Trout can. This is his first fight on the big stage, man. I gotta see how he handled that before I can, make a. I can't jump on the bandwagon yet for Trout, even though he undefeated. I gotta see how he do. Against.
Didn't he fight
Did he fight who?
Didn't he fight a dude on Showtime? Look kind of suspect.
Yeah, but that wasn't no big stage. Like he finna fight in Madison Square Garden.
I know.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying though. He fought some dude on Showtime. Look suspect.
Yeah.
Fuck around, and get exposed in NY.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I know he can box, but I don't know about. Cotto still got something left, man. So I gotta see how. I don't know. I ain't even gonna pick that fucking fight, man.
Hey, so I called Tim Coleman. See how he's doing.
Tim Coleman. See
if
he's seen that interview and shit.
What from last time?
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? How's he gonna do from next?
No, I leave. You guys are. You guys have me love.
You think he's phone Spencer fearing it?
That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna check up. But it's but to be honest with you, probably not because it's like daytime. Maybe not. I'll leave it. We do leave it. We'll probably do it like a couple of probably like tomorrow or something. We leave that one. No,
I like the Spencer Fearon interview you done still. I like that interview, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's interesting, man.
Yeah, he's gonna get back to us, like, because we hooked him up with Tim Coleman.
How far do you think he can go as a promoter over here?
Ooh, Spencer, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, he's obviously got a lot of links. You know what I mean? In the industry, he's always up there with on Sky and with Bunsey and all that business. So, you know what I mean, he might be able to go a long way. You know what I'm saying? And I hope so as well. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously boxing is just full of shysters. You know what I'm saying? It's full of fucking scumbags. Yeah. You understand? So obviously, I know Spencer used to fight himself. I like, that's one thing that's happening in boxing right now. Is a lot more, ex-fighters are becoming promoters, and that's what we need in boxing. You understand? For the sake of the fighters, because being a fighter, being ex-fighters themselves, they're not gonna try and take advantage of the fighters
they won't.
the way that the Bob Arams of the world do.
De La Hoya. No, I don't know, man.
I mean, obviously, some people can forget what it's like, but I don't know how much control De La Hoya really has, because I think Schaefer has got more power than De La Hoya.
Yeah, he's got the name. Yeah, he maybe just De La Hoya just used the name, because De La Hoya, when he went on his cocaine spree wearing his tights. Schaefer was running the ship.
Straight, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Schaefer was pushing the ship. Hey, we got De La Hoya's missus out here. She's complaining about De La Hoya left, right, and center. How he needs to pay for the baby.
Wow. Yeah. He's a different guy than his public image. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's got some Irish girl, and she complains about him all the time. Who went on his page the other day and was checking her out? Was it you, Beats?
No,
I know it was me and Apollo. Apollo was on our page, and all she does is complain about De La Hoya that he needs to do this. He's training with Floyd Senior actually. This girl's pretty, boy. Woo.
What are you talking about?
This girl on my page I'm about to put, man. Golden baby. Nice, boy.
That brother be having all kinds of shit, man.
As he does.
Hey, T-Stream, that channel's shutting down, boy. I'm telling you. Did everyone stop thinking about? Anyway, yo, Beats, you gonna put a fight up so we can all commentate, or not? You're not on that.
Where have you got a fight in mind?
No. Anyone got a fight in mind? A short fight?
I don't want to put a comedy fight on like Zabs though. Put on a proper one if we're gonna do that.
Yeah, let's do a proper one. We could. I don't know. Well, let's do a controversial one. Meldrick Taylor versus Chavez. Or what about Pacquiao? Hey, yeah,
Pacquiao Bradley.
Yeah,
or Pacquiao.
Pacquiao Marquez.
Pacquiao Bradley. Because then they can watch.
Well, is everybody up for it first?
I'm up for it.
Yeah.
Hatman, you there?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's up for that. Bradley. Okay. And a nice, good copy. Yeah, let's go to work on that one.
Hey, but you gotta make sure you ain't gonna fuck your channel up though. They ain't gonna pull no copyright bullshit out of it.